today, Stephen John McLaughlin. John is not with us today. It's been a while since we did an update, I think maybe 2 months or so. So I just thought I'd give you a wee update rather than do a pre-recorded video with John when no one is online, because normally we do our filming late at night. So the live chat's open, guys. If you want to have a wee chat with us, it's up to yourselves, depending on obviously how many people come in. If anyone comes in, that depends really on how long this video will last. I'm actually on my break at the moment, my lunch, so feel free to come in and have a wee chat if you want. But I've got a few updates anyway to give yous, and then if you want to obviously pop on and say hello, you're more than welcome. So what we're going to talk about first and foremost is, you probably may have noticed if you do follow the channel, we've not really been doing a lot of movie news live stuff that we normally do about 10 o'clock British Standard Time. And the reason for that is just this time of a year, John and I, particularly John, who does courier in his profession, it's very busy for him with obviously the festive period. He's working very late at night, so we've not really had the chance to, do anything with our movie news show of late. And there's been a lot of big news, obviously, from across the world in terms of movie news and stuff like that. So we're going to give that a little break just now, just until obviously after Christmas. And then we're going to rebrand it. We're not going to be calling it movie news going forward. We're going to be calling it entertainment news. And the reason for that is because we both decided that I'm just actually online at the moment, just checking something. I just want to see the live chat, guys. So just bear with me. There we are. Hi, Maniac. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, the reason we're changing the name to Entertainment News is because John and myself, we've been talking about this for a little while now. And there's a lot of news, not just within movie news. And anyone that's followed the movie news will probably notice that we've been covering a lot of web series news as well, in terms of Mirzapur season 3, The Family Man season 3, that kind of thing, which technically isn't news anyway. So we're going to rebrand it Entertainment News, and that will open up avenues. John and I are both big gamers, and we would like to talk about gaming. We also love our music, and there's been a lot of stuff that we've could have covered this year, particularly with obviously the Beatles and Giles Martin's Revolver being released a few months ago. We would have loved to have chatted about that, but we didn't feel it was right to talk about it in a movie news show. So we were kind of restricting ourselves for quite a while, and it was a bit silly. It was a bit silly to do that. So we're going to be rebranding that, and yeah, and obviously we'll see how it goes. Patreon. Now, this is a good thing actually for Patreon, and certainly for ourselves. They've introduced a new straight to upload now for videos. Previously we had to use Vimeo, and the size of our videos, especially our watch alongs and our reactions, were probably too large for a free subscription with Patreon, and it's something that we had to pay for. We did a couple of I think watch alongs for movies on that, and based on the 30-day trial, I might add. And I think after that, it wasn't really worth our while. It was a very expensive way to upload. But at the same time, we've got Patreons in there who have kindly subscribed to that platform, and we want to give them content. So what's happened is Patreon have actually introduced to any pro member that they can upload videos straight to the platform. There is a limit, of course, but we'll look into that and see once we're getting closer to the limit whether or not it's worthwhile. But one of the good things about that is that we'll be able to upload any block videos that are on YouTube. It seems to be a more common theme now, with more reactors and reviewers reacting to music videos. Particularly music videos is the thing that really kind of hinders us in a way on YouTube, and I think this is a way for people to see those videos, because YouTube it's very strict, particularly with music, and they get claimed all over the place as well. And what we're trying to do is we don't want to get any strikes on the channel. At the moment we don't have any. We've been pausing our music videos, which is a kind of a bugbear for the viewer, and we do understand the frustration when it comes to music. You don't want to pause your music. Who wants to pause music when you're listening to it and enjoying it? And certainly for a music video as well. But there has to be a way around that, whether it be a transparent screen or whether it be, you know, pausing every 10 seconds or 30 seconds, wherever it may be. We try to do it in a way where we try and circumvent the copyright and the algorithm that doesn't pick it up, but we don't want to keep pausing either. So we try and keep it to about 30 seconds and keep the discussion within that 30 seconds very brief so we can get right into the video again. But it is very frustrating because there's so many good videos that we've watched and we've reacted to, and we just honestly can't get them out. There's probably about maybe over the last few months, maybe about 5 or 6 that have just been sitting blocked. So just keep an eye out for that on Patreon, guys. And yeah, we'll certainly get them up there. So it's another avenue. And talking about other avenues, we've reintroduced our MBE India YouTube channel as well. I'll get into that in a little moment. At the moment, we're calling it a sister channel. Don't like that because we want to see it as another main channel on equal footing as this channel. But we'll get into that a little moment. I can see there's a few comments coming in there. Mayyank says, what type of game news will we be getting? Like game streams, game reviews? Yeah, I think so. John, he plays Dead by Daylight and he's an avid gamer. So I think most of that stuff may come from John. I'll certainly be keeping an eye out for it as sort of content producer for the shows anyway. And John will be firing stuff across to me that we can talk about anyway. But we've both been gamers for a good I've been a gamer since the 1980s, but together we've been on Xbox Live. That's our platform and our sort of consoles that we've been using over the past 15 years or so, playing online gaming from anything from GTA, which hasn't had a GTA 6, so we're still on GTA 5 since 2013, from the Call of Duty games, that kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, we'll just see how it goes. Red Dead Redemption as well, big fans of that. So more and more stuff as it comes through, you know. And I think we both play FIFA as well. FIFA 2022, 2023's just came out. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But as I said, you know, we'll keep it open-minded anyway. And obviously, if you guys are into gaming, certainly, you know, you can give us some ideas what we should be talking about. But yeah, him and Shu, I hope I've pronounced that right, says, please react on Yuri, the surgical strike. Do you mean the trailer or do you mean the actual, is it a series, is it a film? You can let me know. It's one of the best movies. Okay, yep, right. Well, yeah, I mean, again, if you get any suggestions, just put them into the chat. John and I collate everything that comes through our community channel and our live chat and comment section as well. So we do take note of that. We have got a list of things that we have recorded that are in the can and will be coming out over the Christmas period in terms of like trailer reactions and stuff like that. So don't think we're ignoring the suggestions. We certainly aren't. So yeah, full movie as well as trailers. Yeah, well, that's a good shout actually. Him and Shu, yeah, we certainly could do the trailer reaction and then take it from there. But yeah, definitely. Just back to the MBE India channel. We announced this, I think, a few weeks ago on our community tab, and one of the reasons that we're doing this is because our algorithm's playing all over the place at the moment. The YouTube algorithm, that is, in terms of our content, because we kind of cover 50-50 in terms of Western news and 50% Indian news. It's really, I think, conflicting with our channel at the moment, and we know other channels have got like sister channels in terms of trying to cover certain areas in the world. And the cynic in me always thought it was like it's a money-making scheme or something like that, but can rest assured our MB India channel is actually going to be ad-free. We're not monetizing it at all. That's not the purpose of it. We just feel that a lot of the Indian content we do, and we do quite a bit of it when you look at the reviews and you look at the trailer reactions and movie news and stuff like that we cover, it kind of gets lost in with the Western stuff. And as much as we want to keep it all together it would be nice to have another channel just separate, just to have Indian specific content. And that's not to say that this channel, the main channel, is going to ignore Indian movie news and entertainment news. Certainly not. You know, if we had created this MBE India channel, perhaps maybe last year, rest assured we'd still be doing the Triple R trailer reactions, the reviews, the watch-alongs, KGF Chapter 2, all that as well, Beast, whatever it may be. That would all be coming through this channel anyway. But it's just another option, obviously, just to sort of distribute that content a little bit easier and to make it a bit more easy to navigate as well. But rest assured, it's going to be ad-free, no monetization. So any cynics out there, it's not about making money or anything like that. Certainly not. Ray Bao Ali says, I would also recommend a bromance movie of Amir Khan, Akshay Khanna and Saif Ali Khan from Seika Games. Yeah, great actors. Dale Chantahai, it is directed by Farhan Akhtar, Zoya Akhtar's brother. Zoya Akhtar is from... Zoya Akhtar, I know the name. Zoya Akhtar's from... Is it Made in Heaven? Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. I know the name. Just at the top of my head, I can't think. Nafi Mahood says, I want to send link of a movie. How can I do it? You can do it if you email us at movieburnerentertainment@gmail.com, Nafi. Or if you want to drop it into our Twitter handle, you can private message us, and it's just at movieburners. If you, I'll put the links in to obviously the comment section in this once we're done here. Ray Bal, Zoya Akhtar is the director and showrunner of Made in Heaven. It's a fantastic show. It's an unusual one because I think it might have been Jennifer who's on the channel quite a bit, and she likes to pass suggestions to us, and she certainly put that one forward quite a few times. And John and I thought we need a little break from the sort of crime drama thriller stuff, and it made sense for us to do something that the community asked us to do in terms of a different genre, and we both enjoyed it. You know, I think in terms of views, we're not really that concerned in terms of views, very low numbers because it's quite a specific genre, and there's not a lot of interaction in terms of our live chat when we premiere these episodes. I think the last one's about to go out very shortly, if it's not already. I know that John's working on it, and we both enjoyed it. We're looking forward to season 2. I think we've certainly came in at the right time for season 2 of Made in Heaven. But just getting back even further, when you look at the web series that we've been doing, Mirzapur, we've really caught up with that up to season 2 now. Looking forward to season 3. Same with Family Man. So I think it's a good time for the channel, really to expand and obviously build on our excellent community with these great shows, and we certainly will be doing watch-alongs for these as well, and maybe a little bit more. We may do sort of Q&As on these things as well after, so it depends on how Prime distribute the show. I don't know what they did previously. Obviously we've played catch up, so we're able to watch these in bulk. I don't know whether or not Prime will stagger these or not, or whatever they do. If they do stagger them, maybe one episode a week, it may be an idea for John and I to maybe do after show discussions and stuff like that. I'm not sure. It's an idea, but it's something definitely we'll consider. I mean, that's I'll put a link in for MBE India as well, for the channel, and please subscribe because we are trying to build on that specifically for you guys. We want to make sure that content is getting to you as easily accessible as possible, because it obviously means so much to us to get that stuff out. And sometimes when we're doing Western stuff and perhaps maybe Korean stuff in Asia, the Indian stuff kind of it doesn't get buried, but it's in the mix, and we try and keep the channel as tidy as possible. But Kantara, I'm just actually going on to that Indian boy react on Kantara full movie. It is available on I think it's available on Prime. I think it is. I think it's on Prime. You can correct me if I'm wrong. We've actually got the poll out, which I think runs till tomorrow, but I think it looks like Kintara is going to be the winner. We put a poll out a couple of weeks ago for, I've just got the notes here actually, it's 777 Charlie or 777 Charlie, I'm not sure how you say it, and Kintara, and 777 Charlie got 41% and Kintara got 59%. So it looks like Kintara is going to be the winner. And what we'll do is, in between Christmas and New Year, John and I will probably, if that wins the poll, which it looks like it's going to do, we'll record that next week in between Christmas and New Year and get that out for the New Year. Just on the subject actually of movies and watch-alongs, we both enjoyed the trailer to Brahmāstra, which we reacted to a few months ago, and we know that we were looking into reacting to that, and we know that the community have told us and warned us, don't touch it, it's on Disney Hotstar, and we know it's on Disney Plus here in the UK, and it's striking channels all over the place. So I know for a fact that one of the biggest channels, one of the biggest reaction channels, Jabi Koi, put a video out last week in terms of his breakdown of the film, and received 2 strikes for it, which I think he's quite distraught about, and rightly so. He's worked hard to build that channel up to phenomenal numbers, and obviously it's sad to see, it's sad to see that that's happening. So we've been pre-warned. Brahmāstra will not be on the cards for us. We're too small a channel to even challenge that. You know what I mean? In terms of someone like Jabi, he's probably the biggest, or one of the biggest reaction channels. I think he's probably the biggest actually, out with obviously the Real Rejects, which his brother does, across the world. And I think if it's going to affect someone like him and his channel, and I know that and he's mentioned this in his videos, that he's in constant dialogue with studios and production companies who distribute these films, and I think he's maybe got his lawyers involved as well in terms of this for advice. But it's something we just don't, we can't take a risk on for our channel. Our channel's very small, and certainly we don't want to risk that. We're trying to build something here. We're just about to hit the 18,000 subscriber mark, which is quite good for us. It's certainly something that we don't really keep an eye on in terms of, we need to get here. We don't really promote ourselves enough to get more numbers. We just like our channel to do the talking, and if people like it, they can subscribe. If they don't like it, then it's up to them at the end of the day. But Indian Boy says happy Christmas in advance. Happy Christmas to you guys as well. Thanks very much for that. Really looking forward to the break. As I said, we're this isn't our jobs. Obviously, we've got our own jobs, and I'm just looking forward to the break as well. But it was very nice of you saying that. Ray Bao says Dil Chata High movie is way more famous than Made in Heaven. It came out in 2001. It kind of changed Indian movies landscape after that. It also changed perception of Amir Khan as well. In what sense do you mean, Ray Bao, in terms of his perception of Amir Khan? We only know Amir Khan from a couple of films that we've watched. 3 Idiots being one, and the wrestling one. Can't remember what the wrestling was. Dingal, I can't remember what it was called. It was so long ago. It was maybe 2-3 years ago we watched that. But I mean, what changed? What was it? The perception? How did you guys see him before this film was made, and how do you see him now? Raybal Ali also says, also waiting for last episode of Made in Heaven. Yeah, we're all waiting for that. John's, as I said, he's working right up to 9 o'clock at night here in the UK, and it's not really giving him a lot of time to get the videos out the way we would like to. We were hoping to get them out every day, and it's been staggered over the last 2 weeks, unfortunately, but it's just kind of out of our hands because of obviously time constraints and stuff like that. So it will be out. We've finished watching it. We've thoroughly enjoyed it. I think without giving too many spoilers away, you guys have probably already seen this anyway, but I think we were quite satisfied with the ending of this, and it kind of left it open-ended anyway for a season 2. I don't know if they had a season 2 in mind when they, they first put this series out, whether it was in mind to have it as a one and done, or whether or not they also had a second season in mind. But the fact that they left it open-minded was, I think, a good idea. Good cast, great characters, well developed, I felt, in the first couple of episodes. Certainly we always find when we do web series, we always find that the first episode is very hard to sort of review afterwards. We normally do a 5-6 minute sort of little review of each episode after every watch along episode, and I think for that first episode it was very easy to discuss. I think they hit the ground running with the characters, very well developed, very early on, and tackling obviously social issues, which is a great importance to us all, and it's something that we've recognised since we started watching Indian movies 2 years ago. There is quite a important social message throughout a lot of the films that we've watched, particularly maybe with Telepathy Vijay films that we've watched. We kind of went down a rabbit hole after we watched Master. We went back and watched a lot of his early stuff from the 90s and then through to the 2000s and then up to the last few years, and there was always that social message in terms of whether it be political, religious or whatever. It's always very interesting to see that perspective, and it kind of educates John and I as well on the sort of social state of affairs in India, and that obviously that neck of the woods, certain things that we're not really aware of in our own sort of backwater here in Scotland. So it's always appreciated, and Made in Heaven really hit home a lot of these sort of social, religious and sexual conflicts that were there in the past. And yeah, it's very, very interesting, a very well made show. I can see why they've got a season 2, and I'm glad they've got a season 2 as well. Rebal says, yeah, I would not react to Brahmāstra right now. They are striking channels. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't know if it's maybe a Disney thing or not. In the past, we've done a lot of Disney stuff, not Hotstar, but Disney Plus here in the UK, in terms of Marvel web series, with the likes of what's it called, WandaVision, that kind of thing, and Loki, and it's never been an issue with Marvel, and certainly with the Disney, the Lucasfilm stuff as well, with Andor and Boba Fett and The Mandalorian. It's never gave us any issues in terms of that. So I think it's a Hotstar thing, which we don't really know too much about. We don't get Hotstar over here, but if it's a Hotstar property that's distributing through Disney Plus, then it's something that we'll not touch. It's certainly a minefield. And if it's striking big, massive channels like Jabby Koi, then we're not going to touch it. Certainly not going to touch it. We've worked too hard to get this far, and we're certainly not with any strikes. So I think what I'll probably do is over the Christmas period, I'm going to watch Brahmāstra and maybe give a review. That's probably our best way of doing it. Is probably just watch the film and then maybe do a review like we did in the old days. We certainly did that with a lot of indie movies over the last 2 years before we started doing the watch-alongs. We just reviewed, we broke it down into sections: production, acting, the writing, tone, all that kind of thing. So it's something we'll certainly look at, because it's a film that we do like the look of. So we'll see how it goes. Indian Boy, Brahmāstra is not a good movie because it's trying to hurt the Hindu sentiments. Is that supposed to be Hindu? I'm not sure if it's a typo or not. Excuse my ignorance if it's not. But listen, we come from a place that doesn't know enough about obviously social issues in India and stuff like that. So we don't go into these things being judgmental or particularly aware of certain angles that the filmmakers might be going in for and the writers. And we certainly don't try and focus on those things. We try and look at it from an analytical point of view, and we try to do that in a way that is more critique rather than sort of highlighting the effects and the impact it has on certain religions or divides. And we don't really want to touch that. We're looking at it from an entertainment point of view. And John and I, if you've watched any reviews, we kind of heavily focus more on production value and story and tone rather than digging too deep you know, that's not what our channel's about anyway. So we try and keep an open mind in everything that we do anyway. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind, Indian boy. Thanks very much for that. Ray Bal says it changed Amir Khan's perception, as in after Dil Chata Hai and Lagan in 2001, Amir Khan became a household name, and after these movies, all his movies were big hits and critically accepted as well. Yeah, I mean, we have to watch a bit more of Amir Khan. I know that that film that just came out a few months ago, the one that was based off Forrest Gump, we did react to that. It kind of got a lot of backlash on the channel. I'm not really sure why. Not our reaction, the actual film itself from the community. So it's something that we're not really aware of what the issue is. But with Amir Khan as an actor, we like. And those two films that we've seen so far in Three Idiots and Dingal are so different in genres and different in tone. And he's a fantastic actor, particularly in Three Idiots, which is now on our MBE India channel, the review for that. We did that review last year, John, myself, and our guest, Ruth. And we thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really great film. I think I may have rated it a B+. That was our old rating system. And it was that's just one shot of being an A. So I really enjoyed it. I love Three Idiots. And I'm looking forward to seeing a wee bit more, obviously, from the man. And we've also went down this rabbit hole of doing Shah Rukh Khan trailers as well. There's going to be more of that in 2023. I think we've not done any of his movies as in terms of reviews or watch-alongs or anything like that, but we have been aware of him since we started this journey, and for whatever reason, not really sure why we've not. I don't know if it's probably because we do get inundated. Not a complaint, by the way. We love obviously getting inundated with suggestions, and we've tackled a lot of web series over the last year or so. I think it was maybe about August last year we started with Mirzapur season 1 and 2. We went right into The Family Man after that turn of the year, and just from there Sacred Games as well, and just, you know, we've done a few films in between, but I think we'll have to be maybe a bit more specific in terms of maybe doing it as a season, a Shah Rukh Khan season or something like that, where we'll do his trailer reactions, even the old stuff, because we'll get into this fresh. It always does my head in when I see from a Western point of view, you're getting people saying first time watching things like Star Wars or Back to the Future, and I'm like, come on, these are like pop cultural phenomenons, you know, over the past 30, 40, 50 years. You must have seen something. You must have seen one of these films. First time watching Forrest Gump or something like that, I'm like, come on. But with us, it is genuine, obviously, because we're from Scotland, getting to see all these films from the likes of Shah Rukh Khan. Certainly it would be fresh and honest, because we haven't seen any stuff. We've seen obviously a couple of trailers over the last few months, which we like the look of. We did the 3 decades of Shah Rukh Khan as well, which was covered in a reaction, which we really liked. And my introduction to him was actually prior to us doing a YouTube channel. He was on a chat show here in the UK called the Jonathan Ross Show years ago. I don't know, it could have been maybe about 20 years ago or something like that. And he was on it, and I always remember him being on it. Just a very sincere, level-headed, down-to-earth guy. For all the fame and fortune that the guy's got, he's a very level-headed guy. But Ray Bao says, if you're looking for crime genre, I would recommend Ugly and No Smoking, directed by Gangs of Wasseypur director Anurag Kashyap. Yeah, definitely. That's another one we'll take note of. Ray Bao, certainly. Both John and I loved Gangs of Wasseypur. Thought it was fantastic. I think maybe that was the one we had issues with the translation. I think it was the dubbing. Or no, sorry, it was the subtitles. We watched part 1, which was fine. One of our community members and good friend gave us a link to watch part 1, and when we got to part 2, the subtitles were duplicated over from the first part, and it confused the hell out of us. We watched about 10 minutes of it, and we couldn't understand it. We were like, I don't understand that. And then I think it was John that said, this is the dialogue from the first part they've used for the second part. So It was very confusing, but we got there in the end. You can actually check that out on the channel. We did like that. It was a fantastic story and a fantastic production as well, with a great cast. Really gave me vibes of Godfather Part 2. Really good. But yeah, Raybal says best Shah Rukh Khan films in general are Swades or Swads. I'm not sure how you say it. Swades and My Name Is Khan. Yeah, I've seen My Name Is Khan kicking about on YouTube, people reacting and stuff like that. So certainly keep an eye out for that, Raybal. Thanks very much for that. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well. When it comes, we're looking forward to the break. To be honest with you, it's been quite a busy year for the channel, and try to sort of shoehorn those sort of moments to get stuff recorded. It's been quite trying at times, and quite exhausting, but it's worth it. We just love doing this, you know, and just having a live chat is fantastic as well, and just chatting to you guys. It gives us a good sort of idea what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, and obviously you guys keep us right on that. And certainly, you know, over the past year or so, just the suggestions you guys come in, we would not have known about these web series and films if it was. Appreciate it. Just before I do leave yous, love you and leave yous, because I don't have much more to say. We are doing a pre-recorded show tonight. We're going to be doing a show that will go out on Christmas Day. Whether or not that's going to be an interest of yours or not is debatable, but John and I are going to be doing our top Christmas songs. We're kind of breaking into the entertainment news side of things already by want to talk about our favourite Christmas songs. So we're going to be doing that. We've compiled a list and we're going to work through it and give our reasons and all that kind of thing. Something different, because we've already covered our favourite Christmas films a couple of years ago. That was the episode where I wore the Santa hat, and the room that we recorded in was absolutely roasting, and my head was itchy because of the Santa hat. So there'll be no Santa hat this year. And yeah, we do it every year and we enjoy doing it. It's something it's sometimes it's just different. It's something different to what we normally do, and a bit more sort of flexible and a bit of a good laugh. So I'm sure there'll be a few beers, particularly from John. John likes his beer, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But Indira, yeah, hey, good to see you too. Yeah, I'm not going to be on for much longer, I'm afraid, but I've kind of gave all the updates that I wanted to do. But it's really great to have you guys in here, you know. And I know that if John and I we'd be doing more sort of live stuff at this time of day here. Certainly in the UK, it's just after 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'll have to get back to work shortly. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that we'd love to do a bit more often in terms of live shows, because when we do our live stuff at our time, 10 o'clock at night, it's probably about 4 in the morning, I think, maybe in India. So we don't get to see you guys and chat to you guys, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, it's something maybe further down the line we might be able to do if the channel gets bigger. Who knows? It really depends. But Yatharth says, "You guys love your content. Keep reacting to web series, and please do react to Special Ops Disney Plus." That's my light out, by the way, just in case you're wondering why it's went all dull all of a sudden. I gave it a quick charge before I came on, thinking I'd only be on for half an hour, and I'm already over the time. But Disney Plus Hotstar, we were just talking about Yathar issues, obviously, with Brahmāstra and Disney Plus Hotstar. We don't actually get Disney Plus Hotstar here in the UK, and I think there is a version of it, but it's not the version that you guys get. It's certainly different. We don't get the content you guys get, but we'll keep an eye out for Special Ops. There is ways. We have contacts out there that can give us access to certain series and films that you know, that might be hard to come by. And yeah, we'll certainly keep that in mind. I know that a few people have mentioned Special Ops over the past 6-7 months. So yeah, and we'll keep it on our list anyway. Krishna, I love you, man. Yeah, I love you guys as well. These are great guys. Fantastic. Couldn't have asked for a better community, to be honest with you. It's always great. We love doing the live stuff. We love when people come in and have a little chat. And John and I will probably do a Q&A at some point as well, maybe January, early January. We've not done one since the summer, and I think it's something that we like to do. It's kind of letting your hair down for us too, in terms of something different to what we normally do. And I think just looking at our schedule and Azure, yes, Dashan, we certainly have that on our list as well. It's mind blowing for sure. Yeah, I think yeah, it's another one we've got on the list. And John and I, we were actually talking as well. What kind of thing we were going to do for maybe the new year, do a sort of 2022 review. And because we've been so intoxicated with web series, we've hardly seen any films this year. And I actually said to John, it's been probably about March or something, April time since I was last in a cinema. And the reason for that is just because, well, time comes into it obviously, but just because we've been so engrossed with obviously the web series. And you know yourself, you know, with web series, whether it be 9, 10 episodes per season, it's a commitment, you know. And when we are finished watching maybe a 45-minute, hour long episode, it then may take a day or two to edit that, get it down to maybe about 35, 40 minutes, and then put it out and hope that it pass copyright. So it's a slow process, but certainly it's a worthwhile exercise. But yeah, definitely Special Ops and Azure are definitely on there. So thanks for that, Yatharth and Darshan. Thank you very much. Krishna says your content is just amazing. Oh, thank you very much for that. We like what we do and we enjoy what we do, and the content is just amazing because you guys make it amazing. You guys are the ones that give us the content. So it's appreciated, you know, and keep it coming because there's so much that we have to cover. There's so much that we don't know about in terms of when trailer reactions drop. We do like when you guys suggest trailer reactions, certainly the big ones when they drop, we might not be aware of, you know, because we've probably just not got our eye on it or something like that. So when you guys say just dropped, trending now, massive trailer reaction, we're on it right away as soon as possible. So just keep those communications open for us guys because we do appreciate it, and sometimes we do miss things. Sometimes we're a bit, maybe a day or two behind everyone else, but maybe that's not a bad thing because we do feel that when the big channels pounce on something that's really, really massive, it's sometimes it can hinder the smaller channels like ourselves. So maybe that sort of 24, 48 hour window is a better thing for us anyway. Certainly with Oppenheimer, which we did the other day. We did it a day after all the big hitters did it, the Real Rejects, Grace Randolph's, all them. We let them just do their thing as always, because we knew if we put it out at the same time as them, it would just get buried. So we gave it a day just to sort of that breathing space. Ray Bao says, keep reacting to Indian stuff. Really fun to see you react. Yeah, I mean, we love doing it, and our concern all the time is, do you guys understand us? And I actually watched our Three Idiots review the other day when I was uploading it to our MBE India channel, and John was going like that, talking so fast. I couldn't believe how fast he doesn't speak like that now, but that was a year ago, and it's something that we are sort of conscious and aware of in terms of how we come across, how we pronounce our words, and sort of the pacing of the way we speak. Sometimes we speak too fast and people cannot understand a word we say, and it's something that we try our best to accommodate. It's very hard for us because John and I talk at a different pace. We, being Scottish, we speak very quickly normally. Not the way I'm speaking just now. This is actually me slowed down, and it's probably still too fast. But we love reacting to the Indian stuff. Certainly do. A lot of it may go over our heads, and sometimes you guys will point out things for us, whether it be law changes and stuff like that. Certainly, obviously, in Made in Heaven, we weren't aware of a lot of the laws, and you know, sort of social conflicts with a lot of the sort of topics in hand. And you guys have helped us out with that, you know, and we really appreciate that. So 90%, yeah. The other 10% is probably when we're maybe tired or drinking or something like that, Raybal. So it's really appreciated, you know, and I think we get that a lot of people will not understand this, and it probably does hinder our channel a little bit. A lot of people think we're German or something like that. We're not German. We like Germany, but we're not German. And yeah, it's just one of those things. But it is a unique thing for two Scottish guys in Glasgow to be doing Indian content. There's a big, massive Indian community over here anyway in the UK, and certainly in Glasgow. And you know, uh, I knew that anyway. But when I went to, I think I went to our one of our cinemas about 4 or 5 months ago, and there was a massive Indian community going to see the latest Amir Khan film, and it was my first experience of seeing so many Indian people come out to see a film like that, you know. And excuse me, I need a drink, but I think just seeing that community there, and I messaged John right away, and I said, John, if you only could see this, the amount of people that have come out to see this film's phenomenal, and what I would give to be sitting in amongst that crowd watching that film right now, what I'd give would be just amazing, you know. But before I could only understand 40%, you have gotten better. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, and we are conscious of it, you know, and um, we don't want to be pretentious and put an accent on or anything like that, you know, and we don't certainly want to not have our Scottish identity on that. We don't want to do a John Barrowman who puts on an American accent or anything like that. It just wouldn't work with us. It'd be so pretentious and false. But what we try and do is we're trying to keep our Scottishness, but obviously make it a bit more adaptable for our audiences. I am from Pakistan, by the way. Brilliant, excellent. Yep. I've actually got a Pakistan uncle. One of my aunties married into a Pakistan family. So that's pretty cool. But I'm going to leave it there anyway, guys, because I think I've went on enough anyway. So just to sort of cap it off, movie news will be changing to entertainment news in the new year, so we can cover more gaming, music, TV series, web series, movies, everything. It just gives us a bit more scope and gives us a bit more flexibility in terms of what we want to do with the channel, and I think that will help us. We know that the likes of Geeks and Gamers, sorry, cover a lot and stuff like that, if that's your thing. But it's certainly our thing. We're big music fans, we're big gamers, and we love our web series, and we want to make sure we're covering that in our live sort of chats as well. So definitely, from that point of view, I think it's a positive step in the right direction. Patreon, yeah, we're going to be uploading a lot more to Patreon as well. I will have the links below in the description once I put the description in this live video, guys, after I come off. Because there's a lot of block videos that YouTube are not allowing us to put up in terms of reactions, so they will be on Patreon, and it's a worthwhile exercise. We're going to do more videos, exclusive videos, and live chats on there as well. So it's worthwhile signing up for that, guys, I think. Our sister channel, it's going to be MBE India. I'll put the link below as well for that. And thanks, Raybal, for signing up to MBE India. There's going to be a lot more happening over there as well, guys. It's a algorithm thing. We want to make sure that our content is reaching a larger audience. We don't think it's doing that on this channel at the moment, but the content will still be coming through this channel anyway. So it's up to yourself. It's an optional thing, but we really do appreciate the support for this second channel. And yeah, our poll, which finishes tomorrow, 777 Charlie at 41% and Kintara at 59%. Looks like Kintara is going to win that. So that will be our next watch along, which will be getting recorded probably next week in between Christmas and New Year, and we'll be getting out early January. So I just like to wish you all the very best, guys. And yeah, Kapil, I started watching your videos, and Bing, watch your videos of reaction on Mirzapur. Glad, and I hope you enjoyed it. This channel deserves more. It's said, it's sad from Darshan. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, but we'll get there. We will get there if we keep doing what we're doing. Hopefully, you know, more people will see it, and it'll maybe snowball. Who knows? But yeah, I'll put a link in for that. We've only started promoting the channel anyway, Raybal, so I think that's what we'll be doing over there. So if you do get a little bit sick and tired of it, the reason for that is we want to get as many people to notice the new channel as well. But certainly from this channel continue doing what it's doing. It's not going to abandon Indian content or anything like that. If anything, it's just going to expand even more. And MBE India will be the same. It will be doing some different stuff as well. So there'll be a bit of a uniqueness in both channels, but certainly it won't have an effect in terms of the content that's coming through here. So stay with us, guys. And I'd just like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So I'm going to end it there before my throat goes away and I need a drink anyway. So it's been great. I've appreciated you guys coming in to watch this video. Little update. It's lasted probably a little longer than it should have. Over 45 minutes. It was supposed to be just half an hour, but that's thanks to you guys coming in and interacting. Really appreciate it. We will see you very soon, and keep an eye out for our Christmas show that's coming up this Sunday. So thank you, and we'll see you again. If I can just maybe end this live chat. I don't think it's going to happen, is it? We'll try that. So we'll do it now.